As a crafter, chances are you've spent a fair amount of time organizing your craft supplies. I've done quite a bit of this lately as I switched from close to my heart as a maker over to Stampin' Up as a demonstrator. And whether you're using those products or other products, many manufacturers package things differently, and we want a nice cohesive look and something that works with our overall organization in our craft room. So today I'm going to talk about how I'm storing my stamps and dies, embellishments, and paper. As I put away some of my new supplies, I'll walk you through how I organize them into my craft space. By the way, this is day 9 of my scrapbooking challenge, where I have committed to do just a little bit each day of something that's related to scrapbooking, and I've been bringing you along for the ride, and it's been so fun. I've been loving seeing your comments and that you guys are inspired. And the biggest takeaway is I want you to feel that if you are busy or not feeling inspired or creative, just do little things each day to work toward a larger goal. And if you need ideas of things that you can do, I've got the playlist for this challenge linked in the description below, so you can go back and watch any videos that you've missed. So I think the biggest pain point for me right now is how to store my stamps and dies. And I've been doing it one way, but I'm going to be exploring another way. So I've got 2 options for you. Whether you're using Stampin' Up stamps and dies or another brand, I think the second option will be good for any brand that you have. As you can see behind me, I've got a bunch of bins, and that's how I currently store my stamps, and it's been working really well, and that's how I'm going to continue. I've just been putting my Stampin' Up, so you can see some of those over here. I've just been putting my Stampin' Up stamps in those bins, but this is how the Stampin' Up stamps come. They are in a DVD case, and they just are more bulky and they take up more room, and that bin fills up quite quickly. So I'm exploring the second option that is a lot less bulky, but what I have been doing, and I'll show you this set that I've had for a while, is I've been putting a 5x7 magnet in here. I get these magnets on Amazon. They come as 5x7 and they have adhesive on the back, so you'll just tear this or peel this release tape off the back and then stick it inside and then put all the dies on there. And this is actually my son's favorite job. I save this for him. I put the magnets on for him, and then he puts all the dies on, and he just absolutely loves this job. He's so cute. You guys have to stay tuned till later in the video. He did his own little tutorial and it turned out so good. You're gonna love it. So this is one option, and it's been working really well for me. If I had a setup that worked well for me putting these on a shelf stacked like books, I think that would be a really great option. I'm just not set up for that because of the storage I already have. I like it. I have so many close to my heart stamp sets still that I'm not getting rid of because I love my stamp collection. So I want to find a way to work these in so that all of my stamps are stored the same way. I don't want, some stored like this and some stored like that. I really ideally would like them all together. So in yesterday's video, I unboxed all my new Christmas supplies, and today we're gonna put them away, and that's how I'm gonna show you how I prepare and organize everything. So we'll do that in just a bit. First, I've got to get a little bit of work done. Actually, I don't know if I've ever shared with you guys what I do for my other job. So I work for Purdue University. I used to live in Indiana, and that's why Purdue. I used to work on campus, and then when we moved here to Colorado, they allowed me to stay on remotely. I do the marketing for the School of Nursing. So my other job is very creative. I love it. I've been in marketing for my whole career. I'm not a nurse at all, no nursing skills. I just work for the School of Nursing. I work with some really amazing, smart people, and I love it. And I do it part-time, so that allows me still time to scrapbook and create videos as well, amidst all the other things that I have going on, being a mom and all my kids' activities and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get back to work, which sometimes is hard because my craft desk is right there and my work desk is right here, but we're gonna focus and get her done. And then I have a haircut. I'm gonna get my hair cut, and so I'll look different when I come back, and we will get to organizing. I went short again. I was growing it out for a while, and I liked it for a while because it was really easy to just throw my hair up in a bun and forget about it, but I was tired of just throwing it up in a bun. I want to be able to have it down and have it not bother me anymore. So It always feels better when you wash it and style it yourself. So this is just how I left with it, and just, you know, she just straightened it, but I'm happy with it short again. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm hoping this is a good camera angle. I was kind of playing with some angles to see what is most helpful. I'm going to start with my paper because that takes up the biggest surface area, and it's also the easiest because I know exactly how I'm going to store that. So I have these little paper sleeves. I get these on Amazon and I absolutely love them. I'll link them down below if you're interested. But they fit 12 by 12 paper perfectly. They're thin, but not too thin. Like they're sturdier than the zip top bags that Close to My Heart used to use. I like that they don't have that extra bit at the top to kind of have to fold over or whatever. So I put all my paper in these now, and if it has a sticker sheet, that goes with it. So let me divide these up. I've got the Snowy Scenes. Now this is just the DSP, the Designer Series paper, and there is a scrapbook workshop that goes with this as well. So I ordered that, it's on the way, and what I'll do is I'll put the scrapbook kit with this in that same little sleeve. So super easy. I keep the backer that comes with it just so that I know what it is and what colors are in it and everything. And then that just slips in here, and we'll put it off to the side. So I did show this in a previous video. I've got this sort of cropper hopper kind of thing that I got. I'm pretty sure it came from scrapbook.com because I found the link to it. So I'll link it again. But this is where I keep my 12 by 12 paper for now. So I just keep this down at my feet at my desk so that it's super handy, and this is what all of my current paper goes in. That way it's just really accessible. So I have it just right down here. So we've got the glitter paper. So I'm just gonna continue doing this. I've got 3 more paper packs. If you missed my unboxing yesterday, this is my favorite paper, along with this paper right here. The paper's cute. I especially love this ornament sheet, but what I really love is all of these little punch outs that you can use as embellishments for your scrapbooking. So I'm going to keep the paper and the punch outs together. You could put them separate. I think I'm just going to keep them together because I know that they go together. So I'll finish the rest of these and then we'll come back. Now for the glimmer paper, which is what Stampin' Up calls their glitter paper, I keep all of my paper, all my glimmer paper in one sleeve, no matter what collection it came from, because they come in like packs of 3 colors or 5 colors. I keep them all together, but I decided to create a separate one for the Christmas colors just because I know I'm going to be reaching for these more as I'm creating Christmas cards and Christmas layouts. And I'll probably even throw some gold glitter paper in here that I have from Close to My Heart. I keep that back behind me up here in one of these bins. That's where I keep all my cardstock and specialty papers and stuff like that. So I'll probably grab some gold just because I use gold a lot for Christmas time. So that's how I'm doing the glimmer paper. All right, I'm showing you my hot mess down there. Actually, it just looks like a hot mess because you can see all the cords from this angle. So this is all my Stampin' Up right here. That's my Stampin' Up cardstock because I don't have a lot of it yet. So what's behind me is my Close to My Heart cardstock. So I wanted to keep my Stampin' Up separate. Eventually they'll all live together as one happy family, but now I need to keep it separate so I know what is what. So I have this here, which is, it was where I put my current Close to My Heart papers, and I had kept my more recent ones and packs that I think I'm going to use soon over here. I think I'm at a point now where I'm not using that as often. I'm going to put it away. Let's see if I can move slowly enough so that you don't get dizzy. Up in these drawers, which is where I keep my retired Close to My Heart paper. Pardon my little mess here. Obviously I'm reorganizing. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out and put them away in those drawers to make room, and then that will be my Christmas stuff. Okay, so I've got my whole pack of paper packs, and there's a couple of things I wanted to point out to you that I do before I put them away to archive them. So for example, I've got this paper pack right here, and there were some little puffy stickers in here. I don't want to put those away. I want to keep them out with my embellishments because I can use them with other things. And then they also take up space being in here, and I try to conserve as much space in these drawers as I can. So that looks good to me now. All right, so next up I've got this one. There is a little pocket card pack in here. Typically, I would take that out and I have a cabinet where I keep all my pocket cards. But I actually want to keep this whole pack out because I use this quite a bit for my son. I love having this pack out because it's just so different. So I think I want to keep this out with my other paper packs, and I'll probably put it in one of those sleeves just so that everything is matching. So I'm going to put that there. Now in this paper pack here, I actually have a guide. So while I still keep my paper packs or scrapbook or card kits out, I keep the guides with them. So these cards are super cute. These were the cards that you made with the card kit, and I made the cards, but they can be used again and again. Sometimes the scrapbook kits, either I've already made the layouts, I'm not going to make the same layouts again, so I will toss that guide in the recycler. Or if I'm just, no, I'm not going to make those layouts, then I will toss it. But this one I'm going to keep as reference. So I keep these, the ones that I do keep, I keep in the area where I have like sketchbooks and inspiration magazines and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and put that over there. And then this should be ready to archive. Now this pack right here, I have a whole bunch of zip strips and just paper strips down there. And I remember I was doing some cards with strips when I had this pack out. So I'm actually going to keep it this way so I can see better what pack it is by the stickers. So I keep zip strips and paper strips. Some of these are like 1-inch strips. I have a drawer on the other side of the room where I keep zip strips, and there's a lot of cool design ideas that you can do with little strips like this. And then when you have a whole bunch of them, like all bunched up like this, it takes up a lot of space in your paper pack, and it's all like bunched up at the bottom, so then it makes it uneven. If I were to go put it away, it, you know, you'll get like the alligator happening at the bottom of the drawer. So I take all of those out so that these can be nice and flat, and I'll just set those aside and I'll put them with all of the other zip strips. And then here's another paper pack where I know I have another layout that I need to create with this. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that out. Here is a scrapbook kit. I actually had gotten 2 kits plus a paper pack, I think, of this one. I love this evergreen collection so much. And I probably also will put it into one of those sleeves to keep it with the rest of my things. But I've got a bunch of embellishments down here that were from the scrapbook kit, plus I have little paperboard embellishments here. If I were going to archive these, I would take these out and put them with my embellishments. And I actually have an embellishment binder because it's a great way to store embellishments when you're done with them. Now when I'm still working with things, when this pack was current, I just kept them all together down at my feet because I like to keep the packs, you know, super handy down at my feet and keep everything together. But when I go to archive them, when things retire, then I'll, you know, kind of separate things out. Here's another example. I've been using this Sweet Memories paper kit, scrapbook kit, to scrapbook my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's wedding. So I'm going to keep this out so that that's handy. So I'll just go through the rest of these, and then one other thing I look for is that if there's any coordinating cardstock in these packs, typically I will take that out ahead of time, but I'm just going to make sure there's no cardstock in here because number one, that's going to take up more room in my drawers here, and I want those just to be the patterned paper in the packs. And then I can put the cardstock with the rest of my cardstock. So number two, I can use it on other projects because who knows when I'm going to use this paper pack again. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of these and then put them all away in the drawers. I want to point something out while I put these away in the sleeves. If I have a paper pack that is super themed, like that Smarty Pants paper pack that I used just a few days ago on the layout, If it has zip strips that are really themed, like the paper clips or a ruler or something like that, I will keep those in the paper pack when I go to archive it, because that really kind of has to stay with the theme, and it would be helpful, and it was helpful to have those things when I go to actually create with it later on. But if the zip strips or the paper strips are pretty generic and can be used for other things, then that's when I'll put them in that other drawer. So I've got all my paper packs in here, and this is actually what's going to be facing me when I put it down to my left. So I have everything facing this way so that when I'm looking through it, bending over, looking through it right next to me, I can see everything. I've got the Christmas at the front, and then I've got those few close to my heart packs at the back. It doesn't totally make sense, but you know what? That's just how it's going to be for now. Now, these little dividers went inside that little cropper hopper, and unfortunately the sleeves don't fit in there. They're just a little bit too short. These do fit 12 by 12 paper, and the 12 by 12 paper in the zip top bags fit in these just fine, but not in those little envelopes. They're just a little too wide. So I'll just keep these and probably repurpose them down the road, maybe when I kind of reorganize my Stampin' Up cardstock. Now that two-tone cardstock is coming out, I'm going to need a little more help with cardstock reorganization, but that is going to be for another day. So I keep my 6x6 paper also in these little paper sleeves. They come in 6x6 too. Now there's more sheets of the 6x6 paper, so it's you know, wider, but this is not rigid, it's flexible, so it fits. So I put all my 6x6 paper in there as well. And then also my little ephemera packs. I was gonna divide all three of these and put them in separate packs, but they're really not, you know, a ton of space. So I think I'm just gonna put all three in their own pack. So now these have their little sleeves, and I put them in a little bit different area. And then the cards and envelopes I'm gonna put with my other cards and envelopes, but I'm gonna put them off to the side so, you know, they're kind of on their own and I know where they are. Another way I'm storing the little ephemera pieces is these stack and sort containers. These are from scrapbook.com, and I just ordered more because I love these, and I just keep them out. And it's nice because I've got the sentiments in one and the little icons in one, and then I've got all the tags in this one. And then when I'm making the cards, I can have them all out and things are kind of spread out and easy to grab. But then when I'm done with a crafting session, I can just stack them all together and they stack. I just ordered some more of the large ones because I ran out of large ones. They're all filled with other embellishments that I always keep out next to me. But the little ones will stack two side by side on these. And I keep a lot of my December daily little pieces in these stack and sorts too, and I just keep them in my December daily bin. So that's really nice. All right, so embossing folders. I've got 2 new embossing folders. I have another one on the way. And then I have not labeled any of my Stampin' Up embossing folders. Typically, I use my little label maker and I put the name of that embossing folder at the top so I know what it is. So I'm gonna take some time right now and just go ahead and do that for all of my Stampin' Up embossing folders before I can't find what all of them are called anymore. So I'll do that and then show you the end result. Easy peasy, they're all labeled now. I can see what they're all called. I just pulled up the Stampin' Up website, typed in embossing folders, and then I went through and I know what I have, and I just started typing out all the ones that I have, and that was easier than looking at each one and looking up what it's called. So that worked quite well, and then I have them organized shortest to tallest, and then I'll put them in my little rolling cart. All right, let's move on to embellishments, and then I'm almost ready to do my stamps and dies. I was waiting for my son to come home so he can help me with the magnets, but there's a few of the embellishments to do, and this is how I like to store them. I've shown this in a previous video as well, and this is working out really well for me. These are little Avery passport holders, and I put embellishments on both sides. So I'm going to grab a couple for these. So I've got 2 passport holders. You can get these in packages of 10 or 50. And then these are 4x6 photo placeholders. I have so many of these from Close to My Heart kits, so it's what I use. You can cut down just regular typing paper or cardstock and put these in there, and this allows you to have a little separator to have things on the front and back. So we'll get those in, and then you can keep them on the little backer and fit them in. Some of them won't fit that way, but this way you've got the name of the supply on the back if you want it. Typically I've been just taking them off so that there's less bulk. So I think I'm gonna do that with these other two. I'll put these druzy gems in there. Those are so pretty. They're super, super sparkly and textured, and I love them. And then these ones have little gold flecks in them. So pretty. Right, and then I'm gonna put that one on the back. Now I've sort of tried to keep a rhyme or reason to this, like I've got more neutral stuff together, so these are kind of clear, iridescent, and gold, and then I've got some kind of iridescent neutral on the back, and then keep colors together. It doesn't always work out, especially now that I'm getting new stuff. I'm not gonna necessarily, you know, rearrange everything every time I get new stuff, but now that was super easy to put those in, and now I can put them away. All right, let's talk stamps and dies now. So there's a couple ways I do this. The dies that are standalone that do not have a stamp set, I put them in an envelope like this. If it's a really big die set, I have some taller envelopes. Now I'm sticking with these only because this is what I've been using and I want them all to match and I don't want to redo them all. Now this set right here, it has a stamp set, but I didn't get the stamp set and I'm not planning to. So I'm just going to peel off the snowflakes. And you want to make sure you peel the paper back off the metal. Don't pull the metal off the paper so you don't bend the metal. And then I have this little baby magnet that I had saved from a Close to My Heart set. And I'm going to just put it in there like that. Now when I have smaller sets like this, I combine a lot of them. In fact, I have an envelope already with lots of snowflakes in it, so I'll probably end up adding that to that envelope that's already put away on my cart. So there's that. Now in my unboxing I shared that I got this die set, but I hadn't ordered the stamp set, but then I did order the stamp set and it's on the way. So what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna put it on a magnet sheet so that's ready to put into the stamp set when I get it. So I've gone through a lot of these that I ordered, but this is how they came, just in this bag. I think there were like 50 of them. I think actually the exact ones I ordered aren't available anymore, but I found some very similar ones, also 5x7, that are fairly inexpensive, and I'll link those below. It has the adhesive on the back, so I won't take that off yet, but it's really easy to peel off. So what I'll do is, again, I'll peel the backing off of the die, and I'm gonna put these on. I'll do a couple. I'll do these like standalone ones right now, and then when my son gets home, he can help me with the other ones once I put them in the die case. But I have that other way that I'm considering storing my dies, and so you saw how I'm storing them currently, and I want to show you what I'm thinking about doing, and I'm going to try it out on a couple and see how I like it. And then I might switch everything over, so we'll see. So we've got options. I may or may not go with it, but just wanted to show you another option. So there we go. That's ready to go in the stamp case once I get it. This one does not have a die, so I'll just set that aside. Now this one I already put on the magnet sheet, and then that's ready to go also when the stamp set arrives. So next up is Peaceful Evergreens, and this has a big die set. It takes up 2 of the cards. Now I have gotten big die sets before that I've been able to cram all together on one magnet inside the case. I'm not sure that's gonna work with this, but this is where I'm gonna explore this other option that I have. Now my friend Melissa Miller told me about this. These are about the size of the DVD case, and they come with the magnets. They're a little bigger than 5x7. Sorry for all the crinkling noise, but they come together. So they're packaged separately, but when you order them, you're ordering the envelopes and the magnets. And when you hold this up, See how it's the same size as the DVD case? So I'm gonna try this out. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna try it with this set because it's red rubber. I'm gonna try it with a clear set. I think it might work better with a clear set. So here is the decorative trees and the clear stamps. And then this is also a large die set. It's got two sheets also. Now with the DVD cases, you can take them out. Take this little insert out. So I'm gonna fold it so that the side is showing also. So see how there's a little overlap on the back. That's because of the spine, and it is wide enough to fit that plus the spine. So we're gonna try this. I'm going to slide it in so that fits like that. And then we'll put our dies on the die sheet. So I'll go ahead and do that. Ta-da! They all fit on this one sheet. So this is bigger than 5x7. So if you're putting them in the stamp case, they won't quite all fit. But my son would be very proud of me. He always tries to get everything on one sheet. It's like a puzzle to him and he loves it. So he's gonna help me finish. But I think I'm gonna do the rest of them like this. So see how this just goes right in there. And then here is the stamp set, and that can go right at the back so it's not up against any dies or anything like that. And then it's very similar to how Close to My Heart did theirs. Everything is just in an envelope together. It will fit in my storage, and look at how much space that saves. Imagine the whole stack of all of my stamps. So I'll show you the before and after. Once I get all of these in the stamp cases, I'm gonna wait for my son to help me. He's gonna love helping me. So I've gotta wait for that. But I will show you the before and after.
Hi, I'm Jayma's son. I'm doing the dies and magnet stuff. To do this, you need some muscle. So if you don't have muscle, you can just get a grown-up to help you. I don't need a grown-up. But when you do this, you just need to bring the paper down and carefully take off the dies. You don't have to be as careful when they're smaller. But if they're bigger, then be careful. And this is a Christmas theme one. If you want this one, you can go to my mom's website. She's on YouTube. I'm just gonna rearrange this. Well, this is what it looks like. Hope you have fun when you do it.
Oh my goodness, how am I supposed to follow that? He was so good. I didn't even ask him to give a tutorial or explain what he was doing. That was all on his own. I was just gonna insert some B-roll of him doing the magnets, and he just killed it. So when he was putting the snow globe dies on, he was talking about like, oh, you could put all of these little pieces inside. And I asked him if he wants to make a snow globe card, and he said he does. So let us know in the comments below if you would like to see him and I make a snow globe card sometime. All right, so he did all of these. So these are the ones that went on the magnets and the envelopes. And look at the comparison of how much space it saves. It's less than half the space. So that's more than double the stamp sets you can have in one bin, right? So that's the comparison, like saves so much space. So here's the little snow globe set that he was talking about. So you'll just pull this out of here, and you've got the stamp set and you've got the dies, and so they're all together. So we'll see how I like it. I will report back and let you know how things are going. There are two sets that were cling rubber stamps. This one didn't have dies, so it doesn't really matter, but it will just stay in this case. This one has dies, and this was one of those big die sets, and all of the dies are on here. So we fit every single one of them on here, so it can be done. So if you need to take a screenshot of what that looks like so that you can get them all on one magnet sheet, that's what we did. And then the other two sets that I had on the 5x7s, and I said I was just going to put them inside the case when they came, I realized, you know what, it's just as easy to put them on one of these magnets. I already put them in the little sleeve, and then when those stamp sets arrive, I'll just put the stamp and the insert in there too. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I wanted to point out a couple things I did. So first of all, there was this little standalone set, which is these 2 dies. I ended up adding it to this because I'm sure I'll be using it with this. And then this Reindeer Fun set also had a big die set, and we couldn't get all of them on. We were able to get everything except for like this one and this one, or I should say he was able to get everything except for these two. So I rearranged it so that we have some of the standalone dies. So these 3 deer layer up, and then these are all little standalone dies, and then some of the other dies on here. And then I just have them stacked like that and put in there. So far this is the only set that has required 2 magnets. So I wanted to talk about what's next in this challenge. I am going to keep it going at least for a little bit longer, but I'm going to take the weekend off. Last weekend was a little much. I want to be able to just spend time with my family and enjoy family time on the weekend. So I will be back on Monday. In the meantime, catch up on the playlist down below if you've missed any of my other videos from this challenge. And when my next video is up, it will be right here.